it's me, Canadensis. You saw the title, you know what's up. Today, I have a huge Winx Club haul, including prototypes. These are from a secret source. I'm not sharing because they want to remain private, so I'm going to leave that as vague as possible, but the source is connected to a former Jakks Pacific Winx Club employee, so that's how I'm able to get these items. I'm so excited to get into these packages, so I'm gonna cut away, and when we return, I'm gonna have this first box on top cut open so that we can see what's inside. I will see you then. The first box is open, and I already see something exciting up top. Right off the bat, we're getting to some prototypes, so you might notice something familiar going on here. So, funny enough, the person found another one of these jumbo Kiko prototype plushies, so I think they told me only 2 of these exist, and I've managed to get a hold of both of them. The reason, by the way, I bought everything is because they wanted to sell everything in a bulk deal. I wasn't really going to sit around and try to pick and choose. I was getting everything off their hands because that's what they wanted. So here's the 2 Kiko plushies. Not really sure what the differences are, but my first one, this is the one I got last time. It says it's the 3rd counter sample, and SIL label just showed the placement. I have no idea what that means, but that's this one. And then this one also has a sample tag, and it says, oh, this is the 2nd counter sample. It says original version using fleece material and embroidery facial expression. So those are just notes from, like, I think what happens is Jakks leaves notes to, like, fix. So there should be differences between these 2. I can't really tell. I can look further into them, and I'm going to include really good pictures of everything in the video, so do not worry about this being kind of all over the place. So I'm going to attach some pictures here. Instead of photos, I'm going to be doing an up-close video clip. I'm sorry, I need to fix up my DSLR and get it ready and take some really nice pictures for you guys and post them elsewhere, because screenshotting YouTube video isn't best form anyway. So I still haven't noticed any differences between these 2, but you can see the dates on the sample tags, which is something I did not pay attention to before. So this one is the 17th of July 2012, and then this one is August 2nd, 2012, and you can see how fast the turnaround time was on these. So they must have received this in July, taken the notes, sent those off to the factory, and then had this one made and sent to them within a pretty tight schedule. So they were clearly working on these. Unfortunately, they didn't end up coming to fruition, but it is really interesting to get some insight into the process. And I think that's really fun and interesting, so those are the Kikos. There is another plush prototype. So this is one is never before seen. This was the first time I saw it, so only Jakks Pacific employees have ever seen this before, which really excited to share this one. This is a really tiny, adorable Bloom ragdoll plush, and she doesn't have a sample tag. I have very little information on this, aside from that this was a planned Jakks Pacific release. She's so cute. I was really excited about this one when this one was found and sent to me, offered to me. So she actually has Velcro clothing, which possibly implies that these were meant to have, like, different outfits you could use, which is super fun. Do the shoes come off? The shoes do not come off. Maybe it was just easier to do Velcro, I'm not sure. But yeah, so here is the Bloom ragdoll. I love this one, and I love the outfit they chose for her too. Super, super cute. By the outfit, you can kind of tell when they must have started working on these and when they were planning to have them released. They're very interesting. I have a Winx outfit that I think this one belongs to, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll attach a picture if I figure it out. So cute. So cute. I really wish they had made these. This Bloom is the only one to my knowledge that exists. I did ask, and I got kind of a confusing answer. Here is the Bloom ragdoll up close. She is made out of this iron-on material for her facial features. It's kind of like a linen or possibly a flannel for the face and the skin, and then a fleece for the hair, and then the outfit has mostly flannel. I think this is such a cool piece. And I'm really excited that now people get to know it exists. Alrighty, so that is the Bloom Season 5 ragdoll. Alrighty, next up, this is not necessarily a prototype. They said they don't really have any confirmation on if any of these ones are prototypes, but it is the Fruity Music Bar playset in box. I have this out of box, and now I have one in box, so score. And again, I was buying an entire collection. When you're buying something sensitive like this, you don't want to negotiate at all. You say, what do you want me to buy? Everything? Okay. What price range are you looking for? Okay. And then you send an offer. Like, with stuff like this, I don't get to say, I already have that, can you not include that, if that makes sense. But now I'm gonna have a complete out-of-box Winx figure collection and a complete in-box Winx figure collection, so that works for me. I'm happy with that. Alrighty, and then in here we have, oh my gosh, I think this box has every single prototype, but I was told that if they find more stuff, they will send them to me, so, or they would send them to me in these packages, so there's possibly some stuff I don't know about, but this is very exciting, so let's get into these. So this is, I wanted to open this, but it has the masking tape says production 42311 pets 7. So these are the figures of that came with the Love and Pet Canadian exclusive Bloom doll. I don't actually have these figures at all because I got my Love and Pet Bloom doll from China out of box complete. So now I have the pets, but yeah, so these are production samples, which basically means like when they started production, they sent these to say like, you're 100% sure these are good, right? So that's what these are. So they are part of the production process and they are technically prototypes, but they're not like, you know, these are hand painted or anything like that. But every step of the way in the prototype process is super interesting to me. And even if these weren't prototypes at all, I needed these for my collection anyway. I'm gonna try to archive this masking tape if I can. Oh, good. It is masking tape, so it comes right up. Sweet. All right. Let's see the pets. Let's see them. And again, I'm going to be attaching close-up pictures of everything, so don't worry about that. Now we are going to be getting an up-close look at the pets. I decided to cut the camera and switch to this just because I think this is a way better way to show these to you guys. I'd like to remind you that these are factory samples. They were just made to send to the designers to make sure that everything was correct. I have no way of confirming right now if these are identical to the final release or not, as I only have 2 sample versions of these pets, so in theory these are pretty similar to the final release, if not identical. So I'm going to show them all to you up close, but just a reminder that these are not the final production. Like, they're not like the final production. That's why some of them are a bit messy, like this Kiko. I'm already noticing a lot of paint errors on Kiko specifically, but these aren't hand painted or anything. They're just like the factory confirming, hey, is this how you want them to look? So they don't need to be perfect. Here is Coco. Next is Pepe, who's very, very shiny. I don't know if the final release one is this shiny, but it's very interesting because the others aren't quite this shiny. Please excuse the red marker on my hands. I just got off work. I'm filming this after work. And then here's Belle. Love the little fairy wings. I think they did such a good job on these. They're adorable. Here is Millie, probably my favorite out of this set. Well, I think Chico probably turned out the best, actually, but Millie looks so cute. Millie's just my favorite fairy pet out of all of them, so. I mean, all of the ones from the Love and Pet group, where they're their specific pets. My favorite fairy pet in the entire series is Hippocampus. Here is Ginger. And last but certainly not least, I've already decided this one's my favorite, so you know that's not the least to me. Chico, looking so cute. I really wish we could have seen final Love and Pet doll releases to go with these from Jakks Pacific, other than Bloom, because they look adorable. I wonder if maybe that was planned and these figures were molded for it, and then it was canceled or something? I don't know. I have no way of knowing. I've asked as many questions as I could, and I get very vague answers, if any, because mostly they just don't remember. It's not that they don't want to answer me, generally. Alrighty, so I hope you enjoyed seeing these guys up close. Let's get back to the video. You enjoyed seeing the pets up close. This is the first time I'm ever seeing them, and, well, I've seen pictures of them, you know, but honestly, they don't really appear in a lot of collections because they were exclusive to Canada at Toys R Us, and that doll set seems to have been canceled mid-production, so there's not a lot of them floating around out there. So I'm really grateful to have the pets at all, and to be able to have mine be production samples is really cool to me. And I really like them. I think my favorite one is probably, honestly, Millie and Chico, which I always say, Millie and Chico always turn out the best. They are so stinking cute. So, those are my new Love and Pet pets. I'm so excited because my poor Love and Pet Bloom has been lonely for all this time. And then, what's in the bubble wrap? Okay, so this is unreal. I had asked about these before and I was told that they were pretty sure they were destroyed. And now they're in my hands. So, there's a lot of images floating around from some leaks. So sometimes products leak in different ways. I believe these leaked because they showed up in a survey of some sort to basically gauge public interest in the dolls and figures. So these leaked, but they never came out, and we never heard anything about them except for this one really not great leak picture. And I'm holding them in my hands. So these are the last of the Jakks Pacific figures that were planned to be released. I have the complete collection. So first off, and these are the ones that were used in the pictures. I'm not sure if they're hand-painted or what's going on with them. Alright, so now we're going to be looking at the figures up close, and I actually wasn't paying enough attention originally because I just noticed that every single one of these figures has this weird, uncanny skin tone that doesn't actually match the final release. I'll show you. So it seems like these are actually much earlier prototypes than I initially thought, as you can see, and they're actually made out of a totally different material, and you can see the material they're made out of in their joints, so it's pretty interesting. A lot of them also have very different faces from the final releases, if you look. This is a final release from another line, but you know, they probably would have used similar screening, so I think that's quite interesting. So this is the Nautical Bloom up close. Next we have Nautical Musa. And you can see the material they used. So it's clearly not the final plastic that they use on these figures. They also feel very different, and I have something interesting to show you with one of them. So here's Musa. And I will be releasing better pictures of these later on once I can get my DSLR started back up. And then these stands came with bootlegs in the past, but they fit these well. And as you can see, Flora is obviously not the right skin tone, but I pretty confidently can say that they weren't planning on lightening her skin tone or anything. It's just that these figures were made with a test material, and they weren't really worried about testing the skin tone as they already had released figures with the correct skin tones. So unfortunately, the only Flora to exist doesn't have the right skin tone, but that's okay, I understand, and it adds to the interesting history these have. I find these super interesting. And then Tekna. And if you look, so they clearly were using different paints for these, because Tekna does have a lighter skin tone than Flora. It just seems like they were using this different paint than the final releases have. And then Aisha, interestingly enough, is actually more finalized. Like, she's made out of a material that feels closer to the others. A funny thing about these, though, is that the hair just pops right off. They did not glue that in, because they were just testing them out to make sure they look okay for final release. There's Aisha. And then Stella, she's the one that I discovered the hair thing on, because her hair just popped right off earlier. Stella looks so good, but a little uncanny with that weird skin tone that doesn't match. And then Aisha. Now this is the playset Aisha, so she was meant to come with a yacht playset, and there's that test material you can see under there. So I assume this material just takes paint differently, and then they actually mix resin to match, and then her hair is actually trying to come off too. So I could probably get some really funny pictures of all the girls with the wrong hair. Alright, so those are the Nautical figures as well as the yacht playset Aisha up close. Season 5 had some of the best outfits. I know I always say that Season 5 is my least favorite season, which I think I'm exaggerating. Like, I'm not sure if it's my least favorite. It's down there though, but the outfits were divine, and I really like how the animation was too. Alright, next, these are crazy too. And I actually have some info that I don't know if it was known before about these. I got the Sirenix figures! All of them. So here is Flora, and they actually had liquid in their legs, if you look. So that was a note that I was told about them. They were planned to have these see-through legs, which I think is a super interesting idea, and it looks so beautiful on them. So there's Flora. Next, it's time for Sirenix. So these figures, some of them don't have their wings, and they're just as incomplete as the other figures. Everything's made out of test material except the legs. The legs seem pretty finalized, but I think that makes sense because of the material they're made out of, and they wanted to test to make sure it works. And this Musa unfortunately has a snapped wing, so I'm gonna have to work on that. So there's Musa. And I will remind you again, don't worry about these not being the best looks at them because I will be getting extensive pictures of them to share later on. I will probably put them on Flickr because I feel like that's where I can give you guys the most resolution on the pictures, but I will explore my options. There's Tekna. Flora. Oop. Really, really like these new hairstyles they did for everybody. I like Flora with hers off to the side too because it doesn't impede her movement as much. A lot of the figures with longer hair that I've already owned, like the Believix ones, it impedes their movement quite a bit. And then Aisha, who unfortunately did not come with her wings, I did ask and they're looking for them right now, so hopefully they're found, but otherwise it's totally fine. I'll just make some. They do look identical to the Woody Toys wings, so I can just scale down the Woody Toys wings. And then Bloom. And again, these all have test skin tones and I believe test face paint screenings, so that explains why some of them are pretty inaccurate. Love the hair on this Bloom. So cool. Alright, so those are all of the contents of box number 1. Wasn't expecting every single prototype to be in here, but we still have a chance of finding more interesting stuff, so stay tuned. The next box is mostly just an entire Jakks Pacific Winx Club collection, so I'm excited about it, and I hope you are too. I will see you in just a moment when I have the next box popped open. The second box open, and you can already see the exciting things held within. That's a bit of a spoiler. Anyways, to get started, we have a complete collection of the figures in box. So we have Concert Flora. We're going to speed round these. I know you've seen them before. These are not prototypes or anything. These are just the retail release versions. There's Bloom Harmonics. But I don't have all of these in box. I do have some of them in box already, but they're signed. So, Flora Harmonics. Stella Harmonics. Flora Believix. I believe this is a complete collection. If not, I'll buy the ones that I need online. Tekna Concert. Bloom Believix. Bloom Concert. Stella Believix. Tekna Believix. Musa Concert. Aisha Harmonics. I'm so happy about this one. I love Harmonics Aisha, and I had these figures in box actually. I bought them in like 2014 or 2015. After they were already out of stores was when I bought them. It was either 2015 or 2016 actually, now that I think about it. They were really rare at the time and I got a steal on them on eBay and I had them in box and I had this crisis in my head. I was like, do I want to open these or not? And I ended up opening them and I don't regret that decision, but I'm really excited to see them in box again, and now I get to have them in box forever. Concert Aisha. As much as I am an in-box or an out-of-box collector, once I have a complete collection, which now I do for Jakks Pacific Winx, it's fun to recollect them in box because I saw them in stores in box, so I think it's really fun to bring that nostalgia and that energy into my doll collection space, if that makes sense. Next, I actually already have this one in box, so I'm glad that mine is in better condition than this one. This one's a little smashed, but this is the Gardenia Magic Garden playset. I'm excited to get this out of box actually because I've never seen it out of box before. I do actually have the figure out of box already, but I don't have all the accessories. And then we have the Tricks. Their boxes aren't in the best shape, but I'm not even in a box collection. I'm not, sorry, I can't even talk straight, I'm so excited. I'm not, like, mainly an in-box collector, so. But here's Darcy, Stormy, and Icy. I used to have Icy in box, but it's a long story that makes me really angry to talk about. But mine got unboxed for no reason. Not by me. Alrighty, and then in this box, or in the box, there's more. Oh wait, there's more. So here is a Believix Bloom. I do already have a Believix Bloom in box, but I already have somebody in mind who's going to be getting this one. Stella Believix. I used to have a Stella Believix in box, but I like desperately needed money at some point when I was between jobs, so I ended up selling her, so I'm really glad to have another one. We're starting my Believix collection in box back up. It's going to be a giant pain to get Aisha and Flora again, but I never did have Musa. And here's Tekna. I was really bummed that I ended up selling mine, so I'm really glad that she's back. Mwah. And she has a special fun story about where I got her, so it's really satisfying for me. And this is like one of the most special Jakks Pacific Winx dolls for me, specifically in box, because I just have a really special memory associated with getting her, so it's really cool to have her again and in box to boot, so a win. And then we have a gold Winx Bloom. So this one actually is a smashed box, but as you guys know, my mom bought me a gold Winx Bloom that had a perfect box, and I unboxed that one. So I'm just gonna pop the inner part into the other box and call it a day, because it's mine, and I'm not really too picky about the numbers not matching up and stuff, and I'm gonna keep this box regardless, but for display I want like a perfect box. This one has a really bad caved in side going on here, but yay, I have another one! So now I have a complete San Diego Comic-Con Jakks Pacific inbox collection. This was kind of random, they just happened to have this, so I was like, yeah, I want that! I love these so much. I'm sorry, it's like this is the second time that I'm adding one of these to my collection, and that's, like, and for me, like, knowing where it came from too, it's just so exciting to me that I get to introduce her into my home and have her be part of my collection forever. It means so much to me, and I'm so excited about it, and she's so beautiful. And now I have a second one. So cool, so exciting. Okay, I'm back. So this has been filmed after the video. I'm about to leave for work, but I was looking at my gold Winx Bloom here again, because I was planning for how I was gonna do the extraction to get her out of the box, but never mind, I can't do that. So I was paying particular attention to the bottom of every box so that I could see if there were any more samples. Sample not for sale. So this cannot come out of this box. This box is very special. Nothing I can do about all the creases and stuff, but I'm gonna be displaying facing forward anyway, and not super important to me. I don't care. And this is so cool! I'm excited! Yay! Sorry, I was not expecting that. I'm kind of surprised that one of the numbered dolls, but maybe this isn't number 129. Maybe I can find number 129 out there. Maybe they just put a random number there. But the numbers are stickers too, so it could have just been, you know, they were testing it out, they popped a sticker on it and called it a day. I don't know. But cool, I got a sample. I would love to see the, because there's supposed to be a certificate of authenticity in here, and I can't see it, so, oh, there it is. It's not in the right place, though. Yeah, this sample. Yeah. Yeah. This might have been one of the ones that was on the table. Yeah, like, I know that they put some on the table to, like, show them off to the people who were entering to win them. I'll have to go look at the old Toy Fair sorry, I can't talk, I'm so excited. I'll have to go look at the old Toy Fair pictures and see if this was the number of the one on the table or not. I don't know, but this is me smiling, happy. Oh, I need to check this too. No, this one's not a sample. I mean, it still could be, but it doesn't have the tag on it or anything. Alright. Sorry, and then there are two more things for me to show you guys. First, so I kind of have these. I bought them secondhand, but a lot of mine don't have their wings. So now I have the complete set in box. This is the Zoomix set. This set was, like, really common, actually, for a long time, but now it's pretty hard to find. I think it's on eBay right now for a decent price, but I'm glad to have it. Oh, and this is a sample. Cool, I was not expecting that. This is an FEP sample. I forgot what that stands for, but it means something. And it says it wasn't approved or anything that I know of, but it says May 21st, 2012. So there might be some differences between these and the final release, although I doubt it, because FEP are like, something production, like they're late stage samples. And then here's the back of the box. I've actually never seen these in box before, like in person, so I have no idea what the box actually looks like or what it's supposed to say, but cool that it's a sample. That adds another to my sample collection. I was not expecting that. Cool. And then the last thing, oh, this is a sample too, but oh no. Since it's a sample, it's not going to be fully sealed, so I will probably try to pop them back where they go. But this is the Love and Pet Bloom set. Oh, look at Kiko. This is the Love and Pet Bloom set in box. I did not know this was a sample either, so that's really exciting. I actually specifically asked, like, hey, are any of the dolls or anything samples? And they said no, so this is a welcome surprise. And this one says, the notes just say reused pose, so I assume that means another playset came with a doll with this exact pose, and this was on July 15th, 2012. That's really early. Because this doll didn't come out until later, did she? I don't know, because she was Canadian exclusive, so I have no idea. But here she is, and look at all the pets and the art. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love the art of Aisha with Millie so much. And this Bloom doll's so cute. Hi, sweetie! Oh my goodness. And it shows everybody, and then over here as well. And then on the back it has like details on all of them. Who knows if any of it's changed since this and the final release, but I'm so excited! This was awesome. Hold on, I'm gonna get this box out of the shot so that we can finish it up and do the outro. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all this stuff. As much as I kind of wanted to just like buy all these prototypes since the beginning and just keep them private and keep them to myself, I know that when private collectors buy prototypes and nobody ever gets to see them, it makes me sad as a collector because I want to see them, even if I don't get to own them or ever have an opportunity to own them. I think it's important. I don't think a lot of people take retail type products, take the archival of retail products like toys seriously. There is a pretty good effort to archive much older toys, ones that are considered actually antique, but for mass market retail products, nobody thinks, and I'm not saying nobody as in literally nobody, because I'm sure there's a lot of incredible people putting in the work towards this, but it's very underrepresented and underappreciated to archive this kind of stuff, and as somebody who loves this kind of stuff, I think it's really important to assist in that in any way that I can as I accumulate my collection, so that's what this video is for. I'm going to be posting the high quality versions of these photos that have been included in this video. I am taking these pictures with my phone because my DSLR is not available at this time, but I'll probably post about it on my Instagram when I get the full fancy, nicely lit pictures of every single one of these things, and you guys are free to use the pictures for whatever you want, even if you don't like me. I don't care, nothing personal. Information should be free. It should always be free. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed filming it. I've been staring at the package in my kitchen just for an hour since it arrived. I was just staring at it. I'm like, I know what's in there. I know what's in the box and I'm excited about it. And I hope you guys are excited too for another surprise. I think this package was particularly interesting because not only did it end up being exciting additions to my Winx Club collection, but also prototypes. You know, so like, these are just something cool that I happen to need for my Winx collection. Awesome. But then I also got a bunch of prototypes to add to my collection and also properly archive them from that blurry picture that we saw years ago. So now I just need that Sirenix underwater Floridol. That's the only thing from that picture I'm missing. Give her to me. I need her. I've asked. They are aware. I have people on it. So hopefully they turn up someday, but even if not, I'm very, very grateful and excited that I have been able to get information about any of these at all. I'm very, very grateful for the contacts that I've made and the people who have helped me with this behind the scenes. I'm so grateful and I truly don't take it for granted. I'm so excited about this and I hope that you guys are too. Sorry if I wasn't like screaming or like jumping off the walls in this one or anything. It's just, you know when you're about to like fight the dragon, you have something really big coming up and you're so nervous, but you've prepared for it so much that you're like, I got this, and then you nail it first try. That's kind of what this was like. I don't know, I was like, I know what this is. Yeah, I do. And I don't know, I'm so happy and I'm so excited and grateful, and I can't wait to see what you guys think of these. Please let me know what your favorite of the prototypes, the unreleased prototypes that you've seen today are. Obviously you've seen Kiko before, but you can include him too. We've got these two, the plushies, and then we've also got all of these figures. I'm really partial to Miss Techna, Sirenix, oh my goodness, and I'm so excited to set these up. I haven't been able to display my figure collection. A lot of you guys probably don't even know that I have Jakks Pacific figures, and I've had the complete set this whole time, except some of them are incomplete, but I had like a complete set, so it's kind of cool to be able to tell you that, by the way, guys, I have those, and they're difficult to display is the problem because they didn't come with stands, but I have some stands that came with bootleg versions that I bought, and I could probably do resin dupes of those stands, and then if you guys also collect these figures and need the stands, I can, like, sell them if I can figure out how to make them. I have not touched my resin since the first time that I bought it because I am terrified of it. Not only is it actually kind of dangerous to use, but also, like, it's daunting because I don't know what I'm doing, and it's going to take a lot of time and energy and research, and I have to put in the work to figure it out, and I'm just very intimidated, but I'm going to do it because I have a lot of things that I'd like to do for you guys, and I'd love to, because these weren't released, and I have full permission from the people I got them from to dupe these so that other people can have them as well. With articulated figures, I don't know how I would do that. I would probably just do statues, but, you know, I'll try. I will try. Anyways, that's it for this video, you guys. I really, really hope you enjoyed it and that it was fun to see this stuff for real this time. I think I already said that, but I'm so grateful, and I don't know, every day I continue to be, like, humbled and shocked, and it's hard to feel like I deserve any of this stuff, but this took a lot of money, just so you know. This was not sent to me for free. This was an investment, and I have been in ruin since, like, 3 weeks ago when I bought this. Luckily, I happened to have the money at the time. They hit me at the right moment. Anyway, that's it for this video, for real this time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!